Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today you want to take a look at the iTzu. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to take a look at the iTzu Cup, which took place this weekend, and we want to take a look at how it ended and who won in the end the gems. I'm always doing small tournaments on my Discord server, so make sure to join my English one. So far there were no English tournaments yet, but there will be really shortly or really soon as well. This one was for Townhall 12. I normally mix up the Townhall levels. And this was a double elimination tournament, which means as soon as you lost in the upper bracket, you got deranked to the lower bracket, which is over here. We had overall 64 players participating, and we will take a look at the end, like who took the crown in the end, who took the 4,000 gems for his own. The second place got 2,000 gems, and the third place got 1,000 gems. And we will take a look at the last deciding matches. The first match is going to be Optimus Prime versus Valor, which is pretty much like a semi-final, because the winner of this is going into the final, battling it out against Knowledge, who all the time did not lose a single match so far in this tournament. Meanwhile, once again, the loser of this match is going to take home the 1,000 gems, because he will finish in the third place of this tournament. This means this is kind of like an important match. And how does this go? We have a best of 3, but since you can't really challenge each other pretty much at the same time, or like it's kind of tricky to do that, we decided to come up with a kind of like a little different system. And how it works is that every attack, like both of the attackers and both of the players are attacking 3 times, and the 2 best attacks are counting, and then you compare those best 2 attacks of each player, and whoever is having the edge over there is going to win the match. We will take a look at first at Optimus Prime's hits, because he's doing them first, and at the same time as well he's showing us a strategy which I thought would be pretty much dead at this point, because the nerf, like the Hawk Rider nerf, was pretty much not existing to most of the strategies which were using the Warden in combination with the Hawk Riders. But with all of the armies where you have the Hawk Riders going alone into the base, it was a pretty, you noticed the nerf, let's put it like this. But because he's so good at making the Warden get into the Hawk Riders pretty much, or like following the Hawk Riders, which means he's doing his kill squad using the Warden ability at this point, but then the Warden is going over to the Hawk Riders to make sure that they are benefiting from this huge aura buff, like the 500 HP for every single Hawk Rider. That's pretty massive. For example, this guy Optimus Prime is using 30 Hawk Riders, which means only 10 of them is already a boost of 5,000 HP, which means around 15,000 HP more with the Warden hanging around the Hawk Riders, and that's noticeable. So as soon as you can manage to get the Warden going over to the Hawk Riders, Kill Sword Hawk Riders is still pretty strong, and Optimus Prime is showcasing this. All of those attacks are fresh hits, which means they don't know where any of those traps are, and Optimus Prime is finishing with his first attack at 94%, which isn't too bad for the beginning, because he has once again one attack which won't count, like the lowest score won't count, which means the 2 best scores will count in the end to get compared with Valor. So let's take a look at the second hit against Valor, this time once again with his Kill Squad Hawk Rider army, which is apparently is his favorite army, and he's going to use the Electro Dragon for the funnel, because normally he's using 2 P.E.K.K.A. On this one he thought, okay, the Electro Dragon should be really good touch on this one, coming in with the Ram, using an Ice Golem as well for a bit of tanking. And now the Electro Dragon will, not really funnel the elixir storage, which is a little bit unlucky, but this means the king will run on the outside, and that is huge for him, because this means he won't have the extra tanking in the core. So let's see whether we can somehow make it, or he can somehow make it, that the Warden once again is going over to the Hawk Riders. Otherwise this attack can't work. If you lose your Warden in the kill squad, it's going to be downhill from that point. So he's in the core, there's a lot of damage on there, we have all of the expos hitting his troops, and the king is missing in the core, and this means the Warden is going down. There's no extra HP for his Hawk Riders, and this means only 2 hits of a king will kill every time a Hawk Rider, and this is massive. So he's trying to cover most of the stuff with his heal spells, but since there's so much HP missing on the Hawk Riders, all of those expos are getting like going through the Hawk Riders like nothing. So he won't be able to make it through the last part of this base because the Inferno Tower is so tanky, and this means this will be around 80%, which means it's way lower than the 94% which he did in the beginning. So this attack, if he can somehow top this attack, it will be a good start for him, and we will have to see if Valor can somehow make the comeback. So at this point, it's around 80%, and I would say we take already a look at the next attack, because like I said, every attacker has 3 options, or like 3 chances to attack, and the 2 best attacks are counting into this. And yeah, let's see. One thing as well, if you want to participate in tournaments like this, make sure to follow on, like, go onto my Discord server, onto the English one. I will make sure to host a couple of tournaments like this as well on the English one. This one so far was just for the German Discord server, but I will, like I said, do a couple of those events for the English Discord server as well pretty soon. So if you want to join those, make sure to join the Discord server so you will see all of the informations, because I'm not always announcing those type of things on YouTube as well. Once again, next attack from Optimus Prime, this time once again a Kill Squad Hawk Rider attack. He got already through the Townhall, which is a crucial thing because he's using the Warden for the Kill Squad, which means the Hawk Riders will have no chance to get through the Townhall without the Warden ability. And at this point, the Queen is still alive. The Queen has to get a little bit of more value. He got already both of the enemy heroes down, which is crucial for him. And now the Warden is transitioning over to the Hawk Riders, which means it's super important to have those extra hit points over there. Meanwhile, a couple of Hawk Riders are splitting off, which means they will take out the Inferno Tower, which means it's less damage once again on his Hawk Riders, because he won't, like, he has no heal spells left, and the Tornado Trap is getting triggered by like 3 Hawk Riders, which is clutch at this point. So let's see how this ends. Queen ability still going on. Archer Tower is gone. Tesla, first Tesla is out of the way. Second Tesla is gone. So we have to see, can the Hawk Riders somehow get through the last couple of defenses? First Springtrap is hitting a lot of Hawk Riders. The Ice Golem is gone as well. So if are there any more giant bombs? First giant bomb is getting triggered. Second giant bomb maybe, and there's even second giant bomb, but the Tesla is going down, and this means it's only a time issue. But this should be a triple in the end, which means it's 194% for Optimus Prime in the end. And this is the number which has to be beaten by Valor, and we have to see if he somehow can make that. Let's take a first look at Optimus Prime space, and this is going to be Valor who's attacking. He's doing something like a Kill Squad Lalo, something like that, which is pretty unusual. He's using a P.E.K.K.A., a couple of funnel troops with the Wizard and the Bowler Bounces at the top, and now he's trying to get everything into the base with the jump spell. But the king is walking around the outside, which isn't, like, he needed that king in the middle. He needed to take out the enemy queen with his king and take out this compartment, especially the sweeper. The sweeper might be super annoying, so let's hope how his queen can somehow make that. Poison spell is getting dropped, but there's no other troops which will lure the rest of the CC, which means only a couple of archers, Baby Dragon and the Ice Golem came out so far. He has to use quite some freezes to make sure that he even gets the enemy queen. So this is crucial that his king went onto the outside, and there's pretty much no value for the king. He's clearing only trash buildings on the outside. That's pretty much wasted at this point. So he has to somehow save this attack. Like I said, he has to beat the 94% on his first attack. That would be super crucial as well. Now he's coming into the base. Something which is really nice, he can always target those defenses directly because there's nothing in front of them, like a, I don't know, a mortar or whatever, which could split up the loons. But on this one, all of the loons can be targeted directly onto the defenses, and they're coming closer to the first big defense, which is the Eagle next haste spell. And now it's getting tricky because the Slammer is opened. He has nearly the 50% mark, which means the Townhall is getting activated as well. And since he has to use so many freeze spells on his entry, he has not many freezes left for the end phase of this attack. And the Rage was, sadly pretty much swagged at this point. He needed the Rage at the bottom of the space. He has to use the Warden ability because the enemy Warden targeted his own Warden, and this means all of his loons will die at the Townhall. and this means it's only around 80%, and he somehow has to improve that on his next couple of attacks. Like I said, you have to combine the best 2 attacks, and this one, like if he once again does not get an attack above 94%, he will be out and he will finish on the 3rd place, which means 1000 gems for him. First place is getting 4000 gems, second one is 2000 gems. Let's take a look at the next base. This is going to be a pretty much classic anti-2-star base with the Town Hall pretty much centralized, a teaser area around the Town Hall. So let's see how Valor is doing with that. He's deciding to bring the Packers match, which is traditionally kind of good against those anti-2-star bases because you have this open area where the Packer and the boulders are pretty strong in. So let's see how he's making this. He's not dropping the poison, he's delaying the poison until the CC is coming to his own queen. Now he's taking out the enemy clan castle. He's trying to take a look at how much HP this arch tower has. Sadly, the arch tower has full HP, which means it's pretty tricky. And now he's using a raged electro dragon on the right side to funnel, which is, I don't know, raged electro dragon is pretty expensive. So let's see whether it's somehow worth it for him. Now he's jumping in. Is everything going in? That's the question at this point. Let's see. He's coming with the P.E.K.K.A. Warden. I think the Warden is on air. A couple of bowlers. This is going to be tricky. Free spell. He missed the eagle, but now... Oh, that hurts. Red and black mine to kill the Warden immediately. And this means no Warden ability for all of these bowlers. And this means the tornado trap into giant bomb, into double giant bomb. Ooh, that was hard, and I don't think this will be a 94%, which means at this point Valor is at the 3rd spot, which means 1000 gems for him. Not too bad, but this means we will have the final between Optimus Prime and Knowledge battling it out for the 1000 gems. So let's jump over to the first attack over there, and we have Knowledge going in first. Once again, the same system. It's best of 3, which means the best 2 attacks count. You combine those and then you get the end result. So let's see how Knowledge is doing. He's trying something similar to Valor. He's breaking in at the bottom to jump into the town compartment, or like to the tunnel, or to the Inferno Tower compartment on the right. That's totally on him. So let's see if the funnel this time is correct. This time the king went in, so everything looks smooth. But the defender, Optimus Prime, switched his clan castle to another spot, which means it's different than the first attack where Valor did his attack. So let's see how this goes. Rage is on his queen. This is looking good, but the main objective at this point is the enemy Town Hall. That's something which has to go down, which he is counting for. He's investing a lot of resources. Otherwise, I think maybe without the jump spell could have been better. So let's see how this goes. Queen has to use her ability, and now the queen is going onto the clan castle, which means the Town Hall will be keep standing. Now he has to decide something, where to start from with his Lalo part, and he's coming in from the right side into a sweeper, which normally isn't something you want to do. Starting off with a couple of loons onto the first air defense, and this is looking, let's put it like this, decent. So he has still a lot of to get through, but let's see whether he somehow can make it. The Warden is following the hounds. That's nice, and the loons are slowly following the Warden as well. Now it's counting, like he has 1 haste and 1 heal spell left to deploy, using the Warden ability early because he gets targeted by most of the defenses because he was flying so much ahead. So let's see how this goes. He has to use the heal spell probably really soon because of the Town Hall and the range. Town Hall is already activated because of his kill squad, and he already broke the 50% mark, which means this is looking good. But yeah, now Warden ability is not an option anymore. Even the Warden itself is already dead, so this means it's only a percentage game because he won't get the Town Hall down. At this point as well, in the rulebook it says that the stars do not matter. All that matters is the percentage, because we decided there's so little time to plan for those guys because all of those hits were done in a live stream, that we decided, okay, if they have to care for stars as well, the quality of the attacks might get lower. So we decided, okay, it's only 5 minutes, so do the attacks without having the issue of the second star. So let's take a look at the next attack, and this is going to be Knowledge once again, and this is going to be once again the anti-2-star base. So let's see how he how he does this time. Pretty much the similar entry. He has the Electro Dragon as well in his army camps. So let's see how he is doing this time, because Valor did a similar attack, but Valor did not use the poison early, and Valor did try to come from the other side, because this time Knowledge got the right Arch Tower down, which means his queen should go left. He's using the the Rage and Electro Dragon as well. I don't know. I have to admit, I'm not a huge fan of that, and especially the Rage did not fit into the boy. He got the cannon down. That's, I think, all what he tried to get. So everything okay so far. Let's take a look how it goes from this. This time he has the Ground Warden, which means it's looking good for him. So Rage, another Rage for the Townhall. Is the Townhall going down before the Warden ability? Yes, this was close, but it was well timed. So let's see how it goes next. He's using a Slammer to get the backside open, and he has no haste spell, which means I don't think there's loons or whatever in there. I think something like Valkyries, P.E.K.K.A, something like that, just to make sure that he's getting the cleanup done. And there's an Ice Golem and P.E.K.K.A in there. And one thing which is really nice, he opened up all of the compartment at the back end with the Slammer, which is super nice, because this means he won't have any time issues. Another special rule for this tournament is as soon as you have something to swag, that counts into swag points, because as soon as it's tied, the swag points count, which means at this point he has one archer, one wizard, and one minion, which means it's for every troop space 1 swag points, 7 swag points at this point. And he did not use the queen ability, which means for every not used hero ability it's 10 points, which means 17 swag points and the triple. That's nicely done by Knowledge, so really, really well played, which means he had kind of like a low percentage in the first attack, but the second attack was crazy. So let's see how the last attack of him goes, and then we have to see whether Optimus Prime can make the comeback happen. So let's see. Once again, Optimus Prime thinks that this base will hold Knowledge again. This time he's trying something different. He's going for the Queen Charge Lalo, but the cannon did not go down. So this could be crucial. The Queen is stepping to the cannon, which means she's going to the gold mine. Is she going inside, or is she? No, she's going onto the outside, which means she will ignore the open wall, which was done by his wall breaker. So let's see if he can get her back in. Can she get the? No, she can't get the Inferno Tower, which means he has to at least invest at least one freeze to make sure that his healers will survive. He's using the freeze early to freeze the enemy clan castle as well. This means he should be done with the enemy Inferno Tower, and this means he has to invest a couple of more rages. The next rage is on the enemy queen, and the enemy eagle is onto his queen as well. So let's see whether this will be enough to keep her alive. She still has the ability left, which is good. Now the eagle is switching over to the healers. The healers will die. The healers will die at this point. He got the tornado trap as well, which is good, and he got the expo over there as well. So let's see whether he can somehow make this work. There were a lot of arrows in this attack, sadly. So let's see whether he can recover. The first hound is soaking up so many black mines. That's crazy. And the lava pump is activating the Townhall, which actually is a good thing, because otherwise the Townhall might be not activated and could have caused a couple of issues. So that's a good thing for him. Next lava hound is coming in, the second lava hound. Pretty delayed, so the first group of loons can actually make it through the first phase of this attack. And now the eagle is super far at the back, pretty much one of the last buildings. Can he somehow make it? He has one rage spell left. Still, millions of loons, but no hounds anymore. Are there any more red bombs to get rid of his loons? Loon split is really nice. And now another loon split, with most of the loons are getting to the top. Meanwhile, the Slammer is getting to the last eagle. And this looks really good. The last defense, which is an issue actually, is the Archer Tower. And I think there are too many loons left, which means this is going to be a 3-star from Knowledge. This is crazy. Like, he got a 3-star with 17 swag points, and now 3-star. which means Optimus Prime has to get 200% and at least 18 swag points to win this, 17 swag points to tie this. And this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. Knowledge has really good bases. Like I said, he didn't lost a single time so far in this tournament. So let's see how Optimus Prime can do. Once again, coming in with the Kill Squad Hawk Riders, but this time Knowledge is prepared. Knowledge is putting up a base, which is super annoying to attack with Kill Squad Hawk Riders because the queen is super far back. The Townhall, he has to take off the Townhall, which means the distance between those two main objectives for Optimus Prime is super far, and just with one jump to reach that, that's tricky. So let's see how he does. He's using the Warden ability early to save his bowlers, not to get roasted by the Giga Bomb. He did not use the King ability, one huge error as well. So let's see whether he can somehow get close to the enemy queen, but I don't think that he will make it even into the first layer. So that's a huge issue. And like I said, there's no Warden ability anymore to save any of the Hawk Riders. And this means this should be already the first attack where he failed, because like I said, 3 attacks for everyone and the 2 best attacks count. This won't be a triple, and he needs at least 2 triples to even get the percentage tie on Knowledge. So this is going to be close. This is going to be the first fail from Optimus Prime, which means the next attack has to be a triple. Otherwise, we have Knowledge as the winner of the iTzu Cup, and we have Optimus Prime on the second place with the 2000 gems as well for him. So let's take a look. This base was super annoying to attack with Kill Squad Hawk Riders. Let's take a look at the next one, and the next one is looking pretty similar. At least the queen is a little bit closer to the Town Hall. That's something, but still not too easy to do. The king as well kind of separated, and you will see once again the distance between those 2 main objectives for him. That's tough, that's tough. And one more thing as well for Kill Squad Hawk Riders to actually succeed, he needs the Warden to come over to the Hawk Riders. Otherwise, there's just he just has on the tanking power to get through all of this. So let's see how this goes. King on the right side to take out the enemy king, and at the same time Fun, which is really clever from him. And now he is coming in with his bowlers, smashing everything, getting into the base. Queen, enemy queen, can she go down? And the queen is down, so that's looking good. Now we can come in with his Hawk Riders, but the big issue is that his Warden is getting targeted by a couple of defenses. Like I said, if the Warden is going down, this is going to be crazy tough, because you will see how much damage those defenses will do on the Hawk Riders when the Warden is not alive. And let's see how this goes. Eagle is finally going down, but now we have the Tornado Trap, and there's the Tornado Trap, the Inferno Tower, and a couple of Expos shooting at those Hawk Riders, and this means this won't be enough. Those Hawk Riders are melting like nothing. If you don't have the Warden next to them, they don't have a chance, and this means Knowledge will be the winner of the iTzu Cup, winning 4,000 gems. We have Optimus Prime on the second place with 2,000 gems, and Valor on the third place with 1,000 gems. Congrats to all of the players on the podium, and thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you want to participate in future tournaments, make sure to join my Discord server, and I will see you guys in the next video.